So my own personal nighttime lights, 12-month review, almost there or thereabouts. Let's jump into it and tell you the good and the bad. 12 months ago, I had a crash up on Crompton Moor, and at the time I was using one of these 1750 lumen lights from Alfred's. I had this as my headlight, which is great, and I had the 1750 lumens light. There'll be a video popping up here talking more in depth about that crash, and off the back of that I decided to treat myself. I don't know whether the light was at fault or whether it was me, but whatever. Decided to treat myself to a 6-pack. So my personal setup is a exposure Diablo Mark 11 tap, and then I have that paired up with an exposure 6-pack Mark 11. Now first, let's just talk about the pros and the cons of this. So first off, the cons. The tap function. I don't think it's very suitable to a headlight for mountain biking. Mainly, purely reason is that the whole idea of it, the idea of it is great. So basically when you've got it on your head, rather than going to the back here, you've only got one button to do your functions. Rather than going on the back of your head, you just literally just tap your helmet and it'll go in bright, medium or low. Great feature, but when you're going downhill on it and you're on some real rough terrain, it'll jump through the functions. It'll jump going high, medium and low. I don't know whether this is something that I'm just going through, whether other people have actually had it, but me personally, I've deactivated that function and I just pressed the button on the back myself. Nice and easy. The pros of the light, it is bright. God damn, it is bright. It is really bright. I've actually used this as just my only light. When I've gone out on a night ride with Caden, he's used this and I've used the Diablo just on my head, and it's depending on what kind of riding you're doing, it's more than enough, especially for just a short session. If you're going out for an hour, you can just literally put that on bright mode and it's cracking. Great little light. And also I like the size of the light. It's not too heavy, and also it just no wires coming off. It's just a great little light that works. It's been brilliant. So yeah, that's my exposure Mark 11 Diablo tap function, cracking light. Next up is the big boy, the Diablo, the 6-pack. It is an absolute monster. Honestly, this thing, when you're going downhill and you're going at full chat, this thing is an absolute weapon. It's so bright. So in normal max function, it's 3,600 lumens. When it's in reflex mode, so that's when you're going full chat and it knows you are, it actually goes up to 5,000 lumens, which is more than enough. Compared to my last light, which was 1,750 lumens, when this is going full chat, it's like almost 3 times as bright. Let's start off with the cons of it, because there is only one con of this, and that is when you're off-road and you're wanting to use it as a road light, getting from A to B to where you want to go and ride, you can only use, you can't use obviously in low or medium or bright. When I'm off-road, I use flash function. It's better. Other drivers can see it and it's just a flashing warning light that's there. This will only flash in high mode at 3,600 lumens. It's bright, it's dazzling for other riders. It's not very convenient. However, I guess too much is better than not having enough when you're off-road. So it does its job, but I can imagine for other road users that this is just really off-putting. Pros of it, it's a beast. There's no wires. You fasten this onto your bars. It's forget about it. It's bright. It does everything you want it to. It's got loads of different functions on there. I was using it where I was letting it decide when. So basically, when you first turn the light on, it'll measure your riding for the first 20 minutes. Then based on that, depending on what kind of speed you're putting out, it'll decide whether you want it on, whether it needs to go low, and it'll actually manage your battery life for you. Now, I've almost come a cropper letting it do this. So what do I mean by that? It'll run through more power. So what I tend to do is when I'm going up climbs, I'll just stick it on low. When I'm going downhill, I put it on high. Very rarely use medium mode, and on that I've managed to get maybe 3-hour ride, touching 4-hour ride of an evening. It's a great little light. It's bright. It does everything you want it to. It is quite heavy, but it doesn't really matter. It gets you out and it gets you riding. Also, another thing which has been really refreshing is the customer service from Exposure. Honestly, I've only had to deal with them once, and it was over this. It actually went off on me one ride. It wouldn't turn back on. Now, I don't know what it was. I brought it home, I recharged it, and I've not had the issue reoccur yet. But when I phoned up Exposure just to speak to them about it, one, a bonus, I was actually able to get in touch with Exposure. Two, they said to me, don't worry about it, we'll get it sorted out. If there's any issues, they give me some tips on what I need to do, things to try before I actually send it off to them, and I didn't have any problems with it, so I've not actually had to deal with them. But when I have looked into Exposure's customer services, they get real good reviews because they've stock all spare parts for some of their really old units. So although these units are quite expensive, I know that I'll have these for years to come, and if anything goes wrong with them in years to come, I'll be able to get in touch with Exposure in the knowledge that they've got all the spare parts there that I need if anything was to go wrong with it. So again, I don't think you can put a price on that because these are at the premium end of the cost of the lights. I think in total the headlight was £180, and the actual bar light itself, the 6-pack, that was £380. But if you look at the right time of the year, you will find deals on these. At the moment, I don't think you will because everyone's buying lights at the minute to go out night riding, and it's going to be that way for the next 3 or 4 months. But if you used to look at them during summer, I think one of my friends, he actually picked up the same Exposure bar light as myself, and he paid £315 for that. So it's worth looking at them during the summer and keeping your eye out for any bargains. So yeah, in summary, am I happy with my purchase? Absolutely. Will I keep them from years to come? Absolutely. So on that, I'm going to leave this video here just to let you know what's coming up in the next video. So next week is actually going to be, in 2 weeks time, it's going to be Christmas Day. Now I did say I was going to be going back up out the Zwift on the turbo trainer. I did it last night, but I didn't record it. So I'm not going to tell you the details of that, but it was good. But I'm actually going to do it again the week before Christmas once I've finished this training session, what I'm doing at the minute, this 6-week FTP builder that I'm doing over on Zwift. So until then, take care, have fun, ride safe, make sure you got some lights, and I will see you in the next one. And please also like, comment, share and subscribe. Take care guys, all the best, bye.